Okay, hi. This is continuing our topic, and now we will discuss about middleware. Middleware is something like so it is that get called certain requests depending how they are defined. So, for example, you want always to specify something between these requests, and you want to do it. For example, I can say, let me show an example. So, for example, in this case, let's create some middleware. It is like any function, like let's say specify name. It should contain as in three variables. Next, and here you can use up use specify name. So this is order also important because as you use these variables, it will be like in order which you set them, they will in same order performed. So here, for example, let's say that let's write first of all like simple console log hello middleware, and after that we should specify next. Do not forget this next, because without it it will not work. So here you specify next function. It means that it will go farther. So what does it mean? It means that I run again. So when I write HTML hello, so actually any variable, it will say hello middleware. Because we said that use this middleware at any time, so before completing these functions in router.js, it will call this specify name function. So it can say hello middleware, and also, for example, you want to specify some variable. For example, you can say request, and let's say we have like site name, and say is do portal. Request site name is do portal, and after that, for example, in this HTML router, we can use it as request site name. So it's same like here. So what does it mean? It means that when you refresh it, it will say is do portal hello HTML. So this middleware is also used, for example, for cookies. For example, in most of pages, you want to check to cookies and sessions if user has entered his login correctly or not, or to say if he can access this page or not. So if you remember from last page, from last example, okay, what was sessions, we used this one. So for example, here we used like this for if you remember the last example, it was we had like login form login, and also we had this one grades. So what does it mean? And we said that okay, this is grades, but if he is logged in and he has this session parameter, he can see his pay, he can see his grades, but if he is not logged in, we will send him bye-bye. So the same can work here. For example, we can make it here. So for example, to do this, we will need like a login page. Router use login, sorry, and login. So let's create this login router. And so here, for example, const login router. Actually, it should call maybe auth router about authentication. For this purpose, I can create this new file where I will put it was example. Okay, in this server session. Okay, so I will take these things. Okay, we don't have this. Okay, we need this one. And we say auth router.js. Also, we will need this app information. Okay, we'll need this one. Okay, not. So, okay. This one is HTML router. And then we have this one. And here we use, say, a router get express. So we know this one. So the first one will show on login form this information, and when you post it in some data. So we said that we need this also variables like use. Okay, whatever it is, like it was like users. Okay, it's already in there. Users and hello dear, and also it will store it in username. So okay, I think it should work. It has an error, cannot find model of router. Why it cannot? Okay. So requires stack maybe. Oh, okay. In this router, it requires it of router, login router. So let's call it of router to make it more of router. But the error is not this one. Okay. Model not found. Cannot find model of router. Why? Actually, they are all in one. Okay, it is not. It was saved not in that place. So I have to do this save as. Go to not example 2. Okay. Yes, sorry. So it was router.js, and this was of router.js. Save as. Okay, so the problem was this one of router.js. We replace it. So the problem was that I didn't save it in correct folder. I saved in other place. And let's start it. Okay, it works. Okay, it works now. Now we can login form, but not login form, but off. And as you remember, we can see this one and cannot post login. Okay, so problem is that I should write here not only login but also off login. So auf router bitnaz 15. So it does say that again, cannot read property of undefined. It's line 15. Request. Sorry again. Cannot read property of undefined login password. Okay, so it doesn't get it. Router post function. So I solved an error, which was because I didn't use these parts like cookie parser, session, then body parser, and also this part. So you need this part to send data, and you need this part to use cookies and sessions. And in the end, we got this one. So it stores some session. So now I'm okay. Now okay, this wasn't correct password, but now let's say 123. Hello, dear Ardak Shalkar. Now let's say that on router.js I want to use I want to know, for example, in this HTML router, before saying hello, I want to say him I want to know if he is authenticated or not. To do this, I can do something like this. I take this part. So request session username. So we can take this part, for example, and write it here. So I can take this one. So the problem is that, for example, on almost all pages you will need some information about user, and you will check if he can or not attend the user. So mostly you will check it from database, and you always should check it. So we can put it into middleware, like here. We can say it, let's say, let's create the function, or so we specify site name. Also we specify the so we do not need users, but we can check for session username. We can say, for example, if request session is username, then we say that, for example, it is authorized. True. Else we say request authorized false. Is okay. Okay, so it's JavaScript. It doesn't understand. So we create this variable. So instead of looking at sessions, we can use this one. And for example, here we can say if request session. Okay, we can say request authorized, then hello HTML, and else we can say press set bye bye for all pages. So actually we can also stop it immediately here, even like in this middleware. We can say if it is username, go to next. If it is not, go to some other page, or and say something. So let's try this one. Okay, so this is some warnings, and we needed this part, HTML hello. So it was about username. So I changed it, this part, HTML router. So, and now I can say, for example, I can remove this all I do not know actually which one of them is first session. Okay, there are many things. Okay, and now it says bye bye immediately because it has some variable which was stored. Or we can even go further. We can say here before even, we can say like this: if he is not authorized, we can say it is not authorized, and also we can say resend bye bye from middleware. And we can say, for example, if he is authenticated, so we need this one. Okay, we need to restart, and now you see that on every actual page it will say bye bye because it was accessed from without session. But you should not use it like this. Why? Because it will not even put you into login page. So any page on this site, it will be blocked from seeing it, and we did it by the use of middleware. So middleware, again, we can use middleware, for example, for specifying some variables, like we can store them in request variable and then use it. So it will be same for all of things. So because of this, middleware is important, and you should also use it.